Hey, what's up, everybody? This is me, Ray from raynavas.com, and welcome back to this brand new After Effects tutorial. In this tutorial, we are gonna create 3 titles animation inside of After Effects, and this is the part 1. We also have a part 2. So make sure you have subscribed to the channel and press that bell icon so you will get notified whenever I will post a new video. And if you want to download the project file of this tutorial, so link is in the description and you can download from there. So without wasting any time, let's jump straight into After Effects and get started. Alright guys, here we are in After Effects and let's start by creating our first title. First of all, I will go over here and create a new composition and rename it to title underscore 01. Width and height is 1920 by 1080, 60 fps and 7 seconds long. Then hit OK. After that, right click over here, new, and take a new solid layer and rename it to BG for background. And for the color, I'm gonna take this black color and hit OK. Then lock this layer and take the ellipse tool and make sure your fill is off and stroke is on like this. After that, turn on this title action save and draw stroke like so and align it into the center like this and rename it to shape like this. Now to move this anchor point into the center of this shape, simply select this pan behind tool and hold Ctrl on your keyboard and snap it like this. So it will be moved in the center. Now select this shape layer and press R for rotation and rotate it by 45 degree and place it right over here. After that, close its properties and take the type tool and type in the text that you want. I'm gonna type creativity is emerging and align it into the center like this. After that, select this shape layer and go into properties, contents, ellipse 1, stroke 1 and change the line cap to round cap. After that, close it and select this contents and add a trim paths. Go into trim path properties and change the end property to 0% and add a keyframe, and also add a keyframe on offset path and go at 2 seconds and change the end property to 100% and offset to 1 and select all the keyframes. Right click keyframe assistant and make them ease and go into graph editor. Make sure you are working in the speed graph, not the value graph, and select the graph and change your graph something like this. Perfect. And this is your shape will look like. After that, close its properties and select this text and go into properties, select text, animate and add opacity, and then select this animator 1, add property and add a scale, again add blur, again add tracking, then go at 1 second and change the scale to 180, opacity 0%, tracking 60%, blur 40%. Then go into range selector 1 and change the offset to -100 and go at the very beginning of your animation and add a keyframe right over here. Then go at 1 second and change the offset to 100 and go into advanced and change the base tone from characters to word and change the shape to ramp up and ease high to -100%. Then close its properties and drag it at 1 second right over here. After that, go at 1 second and 30 frame and select these 2 layers and press S and add a keyframe right over here and go at 2 second and 30 frame and change the scale of the text to 85% and change the shape size to 110 and select both keyframes. Right click keyframe assistant, ease, go into graph editor and select the graph and make your graph something like this. Go back and this is our text animation will look like. Actually, let's move these anchor points somewhere around at 1 second and 50 frame, somewhere around here, and this is our animation will look like. Perfect. Now let's create another composition and rename it to title underscore 02, same properties as our previous composition, and hit OK. After that, right click over here and create a new solid layer and rename it to BG for background and hit OK. Then lock this layer and select this text tool and type in the text that you want. I'm gonna type think beyond your dreams and align it into the center like this. After that, take the rectangle tool and draw a shape like so. So we will move the anchor point right over here. So to do that, simply select the span behind tool, and after that select this shape layer and hold Control on your keyboard and drag it like so. So the anchor point right over here, perfect. After that, drag it below the text, perfect, and adjust it like so, somewhere around here, and drag it like this, perfect. After that, select this text, go into properties, text, select the text and add a opacity. After that, select this animator 1 and add the position. After that, change the position to somewhere around here. After that, go into range selector 1 and change the offset to -100 and make sure you are at the very beginning of your animation and add a keyframe on offset path. After that, go into 1 second and change it to 100%. After that, go into advanced properties and change the base zone from characters to word and change the shape from shape to ramp up and change the ease high to -50% and ease low to 50% and change the opacity to 0%. After that, select the both keyframes, right click, keyframe assistant, easy ease, go into graph editor and make sure you are working in the speed graph, not the value graph, and select the graph and make your graph something like this, perfect. After that, close it, select the shape and go at the very beginning and press S for scale and click on this chain icon to unlink the properties so we can change it by individually. After that, go at 1 second and add a keyframe on scale, then go at the very beginning of your animation and change it property to 0%. After that, select both of these keyframes, right click, keyframe assistant and make them easy ease. After that, go into graph editor and make your graph something like this, perfect. Then go at 30 frames where the dream will come in the screen. We will start from right over somewhere around here like this. After that, right click over here, create a new adjustment layer and go into effect and preset and search for transform and drag and drop this effect on this adjustment layer. After that, go at 1 second, add a keyframe on skew and scale. After that, go at 2 seconds and change the skew to -6% and change the scale to 85%. After that, select this adjustment layer and press U to reveal the keyframes and select all the keyframes, right click, keyframe assistant and make them easy ease. After that, go into graph editor and select the graph and change it like so. Go back and this is our second title animation will look like, perfect. Now go into project and create composition and rename it to title underscore 03 and the properties same as our previous composition and hit OK. After that, right click over here, create a new solid layer and rename it to BG for background. After that, lock it and take the type tool and type in the text that you want. I'm gonna type cinematic and align it into the center like this. After that, go into properties of this text and add opacity right over here. After that, select this animator 1 and add blur. After that, again select this animator 1 and add scale. After that, change the scale to 180, opacity to 0 and blur to 50%. After that, go at the very beginning and go into range selector 1 and change the offset to -100 and go at 2 seconds and change the offset to 100%. After that, go into advanced and change the shape to ramp up and ease high to -100 and turn on this randomized order. After that, close the animator 1 and select this text and go into animate and add tracking. After that, go at the very beginning and add a keyframe on tracking amount and go at 3 seconds and change the tracking to somewhere around 45%. After that, select this layer and press U to reveal the all keyframes and select all the keyframes, right click, keyframe assistant and make them easy ease. After that, go into graph editor and select the graph and change the graph something around here. And this is our third title will look like. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you have learned something new in this tutorial. And if you want more tutorials like this, so let me know in the comment down below and I will bring more amazing tutorials like this for you. And if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing and also press that bell icon so you will get notified whenever I will post a new video. And with that being said, I will see you in my next video. Till then, keep practicing, keep growing. Bye.